Now we're prepping the pipe for the fitting. We measure that how far back for our 2-inch fitting?
2 1/4 inches.
2 1/4 inches. And as we break through that polyamide, a lot of times you can actually hear it snap. It's more of a feel thing, so that's why we do the training on site. Everybody's been trained how to do this. Take a big pair of vice pliers and just thread it off. The pipe is helical again, so we use that helical for putting the fittings on, for threading off the secondary. Now we're going to get a measurement so we can do a really nice clean cut and prep the end. And we measure that at
1.5 inches.
1.5.
We are up here. It really can go almost 1 3/4. I'd do this one. Bring it in here, right down here. 1 3/4, right where my finger is. 1.5 is a little tight.
Okay.
And now we're just checking to make sure when we cut off the secondary we didn't do any leaks, which very rarely ever happens because once you get the feel of this, it doesn't happen.
So I'll take the file. That's my half.
File off any sharp edges. Now we use the actual fitting threaded on there to get a nice straight cut. Nice straight cut on the pipe itself, on the primary. So even though the fitting will be slightly scored by the hacksaw, it will not affect the. It's built that way, and it's not going to affect the integrity of the part whatsoever. And we always cut this one manually because the pipe is helical, and the hacksaw wants to kind of go around the helical of the pipe, so that's why it's a little rough to get started. And because we're prepping these for the pass-through piping and putting the fitting on inside the sump, again we take off any sharp burrs. We'll bang the bottom of the pipe to take out the little internal filings that end up inside. You can actually see them pop out. And all those come out of there, so we're good to go. And that just makes sure we got a nice clean surface. Now we're going to put a cap on this because we're going to be handling it.
Just make sure that we're
going to double check our, make sure we got a good flush on the fitting itself. I mean the pipe. And you can see how quickly that threads in because of that nice helical design of the inner tube. So now that's ready to be moved on to the sump in the field. And that part took us about 4 minutes.